Welcome to the Purple Room. Right. Today is the 6th day of the week. Tomorrow is the Sabbath. And I'm going to sleep in, go to service, spend time with the fam, and just worship our Creator. It's going to be good. All right. So today's proverb is from Proverbs 4:18 and 19. But the path of the just is like the shining sun that shines ever brighter unto the perfect day. The way of the wicked is like darkness. They do not know what makes them stumble. The path is like the shining sun, and the wicked don't know what makes them stumble. Wow. Okay. So I mentioned the perfect day here. So I'm actually going to pause on the perfect day right now. I'll come back to it later. But I want to talk about the path of the just. The path of the just is like a shining sun, right? In Philippians 2, it says, do all things without complaining and disputing, that you may become blameless and harmless, children of God without fault, in the midst of a crooked and perverse generation, among whom you shine as lights in the world. We live in an extremely perverse generation at the moment. In case you haven't, been outside or talked to anybody, right? And if you're doing God's work and you're complaining and you're blameless, I said that wrong. If you are doing God's work and you're not complaining and you're blameless, you're going to shine in this world. You'll shine also if you are complaining. It's just going to be a really nasty shine. But so if you're not complaining, you're blameless, you're doing God's work, you're going to shine in this world, because it's different. It's different what the perverse generation is doing, right? And that might bring some unwanted attention, but with that you get the opportunity to bring glory right back to Yah. So over in 2 Samuel 23, King David is saying that Yah spoke to him and said, he who rules over men must be just, ruling in the fear of God. And he shall be like the light of the morning with when the sun rises, a morning without clouds, like the tender grass springing out of the earth, by clear shining after rain. Right? So even our leaders, whether they're leaders of our congregation, leaders of our community, leaders, our political leaders, whatever, our bosses, our leaders, when they walk in Yah's ways, they are light. And it goes well for everyone, so, but when they walk in darkness, they stumble and they end up knocking down a lot of people, right? So, now also, so regarding this difference between light and darkness, Yeshua said in the book of John, John 12, a little while longer the light is with you. Walk while you have the light, lest darkness overtake you. He who walks in darkness does not know where he is going, just like it said in the proverb, right? While you have the light, believe in the light, that you may become sons of the light. These things Yeshua spoke, departed, and was hidden from them. So he said these things, he peaced out. Anyway, but he goes in, he talks about this a little deeper about what light is and darkness is towards the beginning of John in chapter 3, not verse 16. There's actually more to the chapter than just John 3:16. There's actually a lot more to it. So most people don't tend to read past that. So this is John 3:18 through 21. He who believes in him is not condemned, but he who does not believe is condemned already, because he has not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of God. And this is the condemnation, that the light has come into the world, and men loved darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil. For anyone practicing evil hates the light, and does not come to the light, lest his deeds should be exposed. So you do bad things, you're not going to want to be exposed. You're not going to want to go into the light, because that's just going to be there for everybody to see. You want to stay hidden. But he who does the truth, not believes in the truth, but does the truth, comes to the light, that his deeds may be clearly seen, that they have been done in God. So you hate the light, you're not going to go near the light because you don't want to be exposed. You love the light, you're going to do the truth, and so your deeds can be exposed, and so they can be seen by everything. He who does the truth, right? We talked in an earlier video how the truth is the Torah. Scriptures say that your commandments are a lamp and your Torah is the light. So the Torah is the truth and the light. If we love the light, we're going to walk out his instructions. His Torah and our deeds will be clearly seen, and we will be bright as the shining sun, like it says in the Proverb, right? If we don't walk out his Torah, then we're walking in darkness. We're doing evil, and we don't know where we're going. We're going to stumble everywhere. So now I want to go on this side trail. I'm going to unpause and talk about the perfect day. Okay, that's mentioned in the proverb also. That's actually what's referred to as the eighth day. Eighth day, yeah, there's 7 days from creation. We see in creation that the time frame is about 1,000 years for each day, and the seventh day will be when Messiah returns and reigns for 1,000 years, because that's rest right there. So the eighth day is after that. This is when the new heaven and the new earth descend after Christ's 1,000-year reign. So when you start keeping the feast days, the holy days mentioned in Scripture, this is actually celebrated during the fall, and it's what's called Sukkot, or Feast of Tabernacles. It's an 8-day celebration, with the 8th day set apart as we focus on the coming of the new kingdom. It's a great time. We got to do Sukkot for the first time this past fall, and it was an amazing time. So 8 days might also sound familiar to people with newborn males. On the 8th day is when the baby boys are circumcised, and circumcision is the physical sign of the covenant between God and man. The one he made with Abraham, the covenant he made with Abraham. Now, circumcision doesn't save you, okay? Only faith in Yeshua does that. Circumcision is just the physical sign of that covenant, much like a wedding ring is the physical sign of your covenant with your spouse. When we put our faith in Yeshua and walk in the light, he circumcises our hearts, and with that we are able to walk into the new kingdom, right? So, and if you're not circumcised in heart, you're not going anywhere near that. Now, I know that's a lot to take in, and we could probably go into it deeper in another discussion. But the important thing is to remember is to always walk in his ways. Confused in what his ways are? Start with the 10 Commandments and then just go through the Torah. But this is the message that I have for you today, and I hope you have a blessed and restful Sabbath. Peace.